Hi, I'm Average Joe. Welcome to my channel. I'm an average normal guy living in the bottom of the society in China. So I will tell you the real stories and the real things about the things happened in the China society. So you can get a general idea of how the average Chinese life is, how the the Chinese society look like. Okay, so today I will still keep on talk about the Luckin Coffee, the coffee chain stores, which there's a scandal, things which currently happen for that coffee chains, Luckin Coffees, because of the fabrication of sales data in audit. So Luckin Coffee faces possible that delisting after the fabrication of the sales data. So I think so. The Luckin Coffee Inc. It is so-called the rival to the Starbucks in China, has exposed itself to the risk of delisting, delisting and even bankruptcy due to the severe fabrication of its sales data. The experts said the Nasdaq listed Chinese coffee chain saw its share price crash more than 75% or to 6.4 on Thursday after the company disclosed that its earnings results were substantially inflated. Substantially inflated. It dropped nearly 15% more in the first 2 hours of trading on last Friday. So the chief operating officer and a director of the company of Luckin Coffee and several employees reporting to him had engaged in this misconduct, including the fabricating transactions, a company statement said on Thursday. The aggregate sales associated with fabricated transactions amount to around 2.2 billion RMB yuan, so 310 million, during the April to December period last year, according to Luckin Coffee's preliminary internal investigation, the statement said. So this represents 3/4 of the company's dated January to September revenue, which stood at 2.9 billion yuan and was 7.8 times the same period of 2018. According to market tracker, the Wind Info, the company said investors should no longer rely upon these numbers. The China Securities Regulatory Commission, the country's top securities regulator, said on Friday that it is deeply concerned about the strongly condemns Luckin Coffee's financial fabrications. The consequences may be devastating for the Luckin Coffee, more than merely getting delisted, said by a director of the Finance and Security Institute at Wuhan University of Science and Technology. Investors will probably bring a class action suit against the company, which could lead to a massive amount of compensation and bankruptcy and bankrupt the firm, according to that director. It alerts Chinese firms, both listed at home and abroad, to the bottom line of integrity, he said. Besides civil compensation, Luckin Coffee may also face administrative and criminal fines, while employees in charge of the fabrication could be sent to prison, said by the counselor of a Beijing-based law firm. So the Luckin Coffee said it has suspended the employees involved. So due to the worries that prepaid coffees and coupons would no longer be usable as a result of the company's crisis. So many consumers reportedly have queued at some of Luckin's stores in big cities to buy coffees. So its mobile application and the WeChat mini program have experienced downtime from ordering. So that's why there's so many people. They order a lot of coffees because they worry about that their coupon maybe cannot be used. So stocks closely related to Luckin Coffee also suffered. Hong Kong listed CAR Inc., which used to employ the director and has the same chairman of the board as Luckin, saw its share price more than halved on Friday. So, which impacted another company with the same director who are doing the fabrication of the transaction. He said the event may impair the reputation of Chinese firms listed overseas and hinder Chinese companies from seeking IPOs overseas, at least in the short term. So maybe I think in the long term, it will also impact the Chinese company who are seeking for the IPO overseas. So the general manager of Kantar World Panel China said Luckin Coffee's heavy assets in retail stores and its business model that relies on coupons without focusing on its core products and services makes it hard to achieve financial balance in the long run, despite being empowered by digitally. So the lack of cash flow in the first quarter of the 2020, which was impacted by the COVID-19 epidemic, had led to the exposure of Luckin Coffee's problems, though its revenue and cash flow in past quarters last year had been gradually improving, said the analyst in the industry of coffee industry in Shanghai. So Luckin Coffee has more than 3,800 stores in China, mostly of smaller size and with fewer baristas, and had said it would open 4,500 stores by the end of last year to become the country's largest coffee chain, to compete the Starbucks. The company may have artificially inflated revenue to prove its high growth prospects to investors, enable capital market refinancing and quick business expansion, said an investment banker who sought anonymity. The fabricated numbers may have been detected during the ongoing annual audit, the source said. So that's a very bad nightmare, I think, not only for the Luckin Coffee, but also for other, the companies who are in the progress to seeking the IPO for the overseas, like in the US. It will make the investors lose confidence and doubted about the Chinese local companies, and it will impact the investors' confidence. So that will be a bad impressions to the overseas, the market. So I hope that because now currently there are 3,800 coffee shops in China, especially in the metropolitan cities like Shanghai. There's many recruitment. The staffs who work for the Luckin Coffee. We don't want that company into a bankruptcy because of the COVID-19, which impacted a lot of jobs. Many people they lost their job. So with that, if this company into bankruptcy, then thousands of staffs will lose their job, and which impact thousands of families and their children's their life. So that's a nightmare. I mean, not only for the investors but also for the job market. So I just want to hope that as the average Chinese, I just hope that everything will be fixed, and the company can correct their mistake to make the business on the right track. Okay, so thank you for your watching, and see if you have any comments, just leave your comments down below, and I will read each comment and get back to you soon. And hope you can subscribe the channel to avoid missing future updates. So thank you very much. Peace. See you next time. Bye bye.